Okay, so first video for what, 2.5 weeks or so. I was on holiday for a week, but I've been doing quite a lot of work on this in the last week or week and a half or so. So I'll run through what I've been doing. It sort of starts this side and goes all the way around the whole car pretty much. So it'd be good to see a few things. So what I've been doing a lot of work on the rear end. I've been smoothing in this rear spoiler. Still a couple of bits to sort out on this, but it's basically getting things like the panel gaps, shut lines, things like that, basically in the right sort of shapes. Just needs sorting out down this end. You can see it sort of goes a bit wavy, and it's not fully finished yet or anything. It's still got to be rounded off and everything, but you get the idea with that. But that's been done, so that was a relatively smallish job. The rear end's had quite a lot of work done on it for sort of symmetry wise, lines, the light bar, as you can see there, try and get a finger in it there, the light bar here, so you got the lines along here looking quite good, and along here. This whole section's been fiberglassed and made slightly different compared to what it was before. There used to be, it used to kind of go up here and then like a bit of a ridge, like the original Supra sort of shape. So I've ditched all that and made it look a lot smoother. I think it looks quite nice like that, to be honest. I've also done the edges of the light bar itself. I've been making the rest of the mould to make sure it fits into these gaps properly. I've left some tolerance in there because obviously when the vacuum forming's done, it's got to go over the top, so there's going to be some space left. So I've done that. Just needs a bit of tidying up once that's made, which won't be too long, hopefully, all being well. Don't know when I'm going to get that done yet, but I'll crack on with it when I can. The rear spoiler, that's been fitted. You can see the piece on the edge there. I know exactly where it's going to sit now. See those little wooden bits? Those sit in there pretty well. It's screwed in as well. Doesn't really move or anything. It's pretty solid. There's still some work to do on the spoiler yet, and I've still got to work out a little bit of a way to work out the what's it called, the fitment on here to get because the spoiler can slide in one side, and I've got to figure out how to make the removable section for this side, which is proving quite tricky at the moment. But yeah, you get the idea of that. It's pretty much come along quite nicely. This piece here, this is basically now pretty much the same shape as this one. The symmetry's coming along quite nicely. I've done some final fillings with some U-Pole Fantastic on this this section and on top of the boot. That's come out really well. Well, yeah, I'm quite happy with the rear end, to be fair. I've done quite a lot of work on that. Also this section here, the other side, if anyone remembers it from before, it was a complete state. Basically what I've been working on, I've painted this wheel and basically made the mods to it, the same as the other side, and the other side of the wheel here, which I'll jump in. There we go. The other wheel's been done as well. It's not been primed yet or anything. It's not fully finished, but you get the idea. So that's basically having been done. The fourth wheel's still got to be done yet. But I've been working on all this section. This had to be cut back because it was the wrong shape. So all this has been cut back and then made correct with the door meeting it as it should be. The door shuts lines and things are basically roughly where it's going to be. They're probably going to be a bit tighter than that, to be honest. In fact, they will be tighter than that, but only by a mil or so. But that'll be sorted out at some point soon. Ignore the wheels being in so far in the arch. There's no spacers on these at the moment. I'm waiting for the air ride kit to come, which will be here this week. And then I've got some new extended bolts to put in here, and then obviously I can figure out where it's going to sit in the arch and get that sorted from there. The sill's been looked at. The door handle hasn't been removed yet, mainly because I haven't got a battery on it, so I won't be able to get in the car, but eventually that handle will be going. So I've had to work around it for now, but this all will be flatted back and sort of properly in there pretty much with that once it's done, once the handle's off, which will be a bit later on down the line. So this sill's had quite a lot of work done on it to match the other side. This gap here is about 1 inch, and then it sort of flows into that section there. A lot of sort of going between one side to the other and seeing where things are, which is fun. But yeah, it's certainly come along quite nicely. Got a few bits of filler to finish off here, Same up the door there. Haven't really done much on the door side there. That's pretty much as it was before, near enough. It's had a bit of shaping and a bit of fiberglass in, but it does need to have the shape remade a little bit. This front wing, you can see how it's a bit of a state right this second. It looks worse than it is, to be honest, but I've had to use fiberglass. There's some P40 in here as well. I've had to use some fiberglass to build this up because this vent was in the wrong shape, so it's kind of needed like more of a shoulder shape, sort of come around like that, like same as the other side, which I prefer. So I basically had to build that up a bit, and then if I had to blend that into what will be the sort of top of the wings, not the bonnet anymore. But I've still got to do some more on this week, which is probably going to be the next video actually, and it's sort of still got to come up slightly here, slightly more raised, and obviously I've got to finish all this off around here and make sure this is all as it should be. But you can see how things start off before they're shaped and done properly. Then the front, done a bit on the front. Been around everywhere on this thing this week. So I've done a bit of flattening in here to get the shape, like a bit of a curve. I don't know if you can see that. Bit of a curve in there. Also done some fiberglass in here because these were sort of a little bit cracked, didn't quite fit right. So I've had to make that solid again, and it's obviously going to be the right shape. I've started sort of flattening this area just to see where I was with it, and also along here it's been started doing that. So I've had to match that to the other side, which I'll come over here. It's not matched yet, but what I've noticed is this big grill vent thing was at the time was sitting sort of here, and it was very rough and sort of jagged along there. So what I've had to do, I've had to fiberglass this section. It was actually sitting wrong here as well. It wasn't sitting far enough out. It was sitting sort of about here. So I brought that out, fiberglassed it into this section, and it's going to have a bit of filler work, a bit of shaping work. Again, fiberglass in here to make it the same as the other side, and then this will all be flatted and taken back and everything else. Done a bit of flattening on this, obviously to try and get the lines and know where I am with the front wing, which again will be happening this week. So this has all been flatted along there, just to see where I am. This piece here, low spot, low spot, low spot, low spot. So you can see where I'm going to have to build that up a bit to get the right shapes. I've done a little bit of flattening on this as well. On this top section is in between sort of drying times and things. I'm kind of everywhere at the moment. When I'm fiberglassing, there's no point working around it, otherwise just gets stuff stuck to it. So I've been flattening other bits. You can see where there's high and low spots all over the show on this. You can see how bad it is. Looks like the sea. So that's basically having it could be completely flattened back to as near as I can get it, and then also around the edges of the vent. And then once that's done, I'll be able to put a layer of filler over the top, flat it back again, see where it's going to be. Probably do that at least 3 or 4 times, no doubt, before it's even anywhere near. But it should work quite well. Don't think I've actually done anything on this wing at all. Nope, nothing on this wing at all. For one panel I haven't touched. I think that might be it actually, to be fair. I think that's it. But, well, I'll say that's it. It's been quite a lot of work. It's probably about, I don't know, 30, 40 hours probably. So quite a lot. But you can see it's coming along quite nice. I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out. Shapes and things are looking really good. Just matching the other side now. I'll make sure I'll do a video once there's something to show on the other side of it. Once I've done the front wing and various other bits as it goes along. But for now, feel free to comment, usual stuff. Subscribe if you can, if you want to keep an eye on things. Yeah, let me know what you think.